I'm sorry, we don't have you on our calendar. Yes? I'm sorry, we're not available. We don't have you on the calendar. If that's the case, we'll refund you if we made a mistake. But I'm not assuming that we did. This number that you're calling from, did you receive text messages from this number? What name is under the account? Is it? It's not Cassandra. It's not. Hold on. It's not Nadia. I'm sorry. I don't have any Denise Addison. I'm I'm sorry. If you're gonna have to find other forms of transportation, and if we made a mistake, we'll pay you back. If we made a mistake, we'll refund you, but you have to check that you're paying the right company. I don't know that you paid us. I mean, if you usually there's text messages from the phone number that you called from. If you want to text message us from the phone number you called, then we can confirm that you paid us and we can give you that refund right now. But I know, unfortunately, I don't. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Hello, Florida Shuttle Vans, Nick speaking. No, this is Nick. Well, obviously, ma'am, calm down, please. Just listen to me very carefully, okay? A lot of companies have kind of the same name. Our company is called Florida Shuttle Van Service, but there's Florida Shuttle, there's South Florida Shuttle, okay? There's a couple more that don't come to mind. So when you Google the name of the shuttle company, there's 3 or 4 that come up. But you didn't hire us, you didn't pay us. There is no Frank here. So you should look at your emails and your texts, and you should have some instructions on who to call. And your driver should contact you. But you're not calling the right company. You called 3 times already. All right? And it's not our fault. So you didn't pay us. You're not on our calendar. There's no refund due. And I would suggest that you just stop calling this number and find the right number to call. Look into South Florida Shuttles and Florida, I think it's Florida Shuttle. We're Florida Shuttle Van Service. FloridaShuttleVans.com is our website. We're not available today, ma'am. We're booked up weeks in advance. So you're best off, where you going? Port Miami to where? Well, you can get, how many people? Well, you probably can get there for $180, $20 each. Ma'am, listen, when you're out of the terminal, right? What terminal? F, you said? You're at Carnival? Right, so when you walk out, walk across the street and walk to the right. You'll see some guys there with black shirts on. They'll have clipboards. They're going to talk to you, half Spanish. They're going to say, Fort Lauderdale Airport. Say yes. Say yes. And then give them $20 cash, and you're going to take a shared shuttle there. I don't know if all 9 of you can fit. Ma'am, I don't know if all 9 of you can fit together, but depending on your flight time, your departure time, you might have to take 2 shuttles. But you want to just go there, go across the street, make a right, speak to one guy that's going to have a shared shuttle to Fort Lauderdale Airport, and give them $20 cash each. That's your best bet. Try not to call somebody right now and hire someone. It's going to be very difficult. They're going to take your money, and they might not show up for a while. They might not. So I would wait a little longer to find out who you paid. And if they don't contact you, cancel your credit card and pay $20 for the shared shuttle. Right, there's no Frank here. I'm Nick. All right, ma'am, I have to go. Ma'am. I'm picking up passengers right now. I'm not at that port. I'm at my Fort Lauderdale port. Good luck. Good luck. Bye.
cover-up towel.
Graham, you have money back there?
You girls have a kick-ass time on that beach?
Yeah.
That's what all happened.
Conga line.
Do you have a hangover?
No. Surprise.
Like, I had one of those big cups. Like a big cup? Yeah. And they were filling that up and putting like 4 shots in it. And then then the bartender, I tipped him well, was like, hey, come up here. I got shots
He was
for
so
you.
bored up at top
Yeah,
because
he's like,
everyone was
come
at
up here, I got
the
shots
swim up.
for you. I'm like, let's go.
So he'd be like, come up. So we went up there and he would just have, 4 shots.
So did you get everything out of your room? I'll talk to her today.
Yeah.
She did. I ain't never
They swept it all up and put it in the bag.
Were your bags over?
Nope.
I mean, I have an extra bag now.
He did it. Look at you guys. I'm impressed. Go ahead.
And with a bottle of alcohol. She's got 4.
No, I got 5.
Oh, 5.
Where did that go?
Now, do they give you the alcohol the night before you leave and you pack it in your suitcase?
I mean, you could be smart as to drink it all.
What did you buy?
4 bottles of Crown and then a bottle of coconut rum.
I don't carry that enough.
Oh no, yeah, it's not in America yet.
No, this coconut rum was made in, where was that? St. Kitts?
St. Kitts?
Yeah, it was like a...
Next week, next month, I've been done with
Alright, this is a code enforcement officer. He just wants to see my license and then we'll go, okay?
Okay. I hope he has his license so we'll have to unload.
Yeah.
He's got some discrepancies.
Okay.
So you do they do that often?
There's a lot of, this is being recorded, so I got to be careful what I say, but there's a lot of, let's say, I guess you could say unlicensed companies and unlicensed drivers. And when it comes to getting picked up, it's different than getting dropped off, because when you get dropped off, the city of Fort Lauderdale and Royal Caribbean are not responsible for what happened to you on the way. They're only responsible for you once you leave their property and once you leave that ship. So the code enforcement happens on pickup, not on drop-off, because right now they're responsible for you, right? The city of Fort Lauderdale, which owns this port, is responsible for your safety and all that. So, and Royal Caribbean is responsible too. So the code enforcement the guys going around right now taking pictures of people's vans and you know, looking for the chauffeur's license and stuff. And then you're allowed a warning, I think, and then you get a ticket, and then you get your car towed, and then you go to jail. Like, you know, I mean, there's different escalations of it. So they're really just protecting the tourists, is what they're
Make sure
doing.
you end up where you're supposed to. Not traffic.
No, it's what it really comes down to is the regulation is really high for your protection, and it's hard to jump through those hoops to get the regulation. In other words, permitting and licensing and insurance. It's hard to get. It's expensive and hard to get. So a lot of companies will not do it. Even legit companies, they'll just try to skate every now and then and not do it. And you probably could save a lot of money by not having to do it. I mean, so that even reputable companies, like he knows me, he knows the company. He's still checking because you never know if you want to lapse 1 year, let's say, you could probably save 20 grand because it probably costs 20 grand a year to keep this van legal. So if you just lapse it 1 year, you save 20 grand. Nobody would know unless him. So if he wasn't around asking for credentials, more people would try to lapse their insurance and lapse their permits. And in that case, something's going to happen one day where he gets into an accident and there's no insurance to cover you. And that's really what they worry about. They can't prevent me from crashing, but they can confirm and always make sure that if I do, that you guys are all protected. And I believe there's a $14 million policy, a liability policy in this insurance policy, which means that if something happened, all of you would have $1 million worth of medical insurance each. And if I didn't have insurance and something happened, then you wouldn't be covered at all. But it's a commercial vehicle, so you can't get regular insurance. You have to have commercial insurance, and it's very expensive.
The battery. Right?
Okay, we're going to Fort Lauderdale Airport, right?
Right.
Southwest, okay.
Spirit, but mine's not so too. So.
You're gonna get off at Southwest. Even Spirit's gonna get off, or no?
Yeah, I'll get off. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got plenty of time
All right.
to sleep it off. Yeah.
Just don't miss it.
No, I'll just sit in the cage. Well, she did. Yeah, I got to the room and I ordered a pizza. I was like half passed out. Well, I took a shower as soon as I got back. And then, man, you took my butt. Oh, it was like 240.
Look, and they're giving tickets in here. But you know what? The ticket is not that he did anything wrong. The ticket is just to check him. Make sure he's not an illegal immigrant too. That's what they're doing. They're pulling people over for no reason really. Once they're in here, to check not only their credentials but to see if they're legal. Every day, people get put in jail for being an illegal immigrant here.
Well, there's a lot over here. This is one of the states that has a lot, right?
This state deputized law enforcement
Yeah.
on a federal level. So if they stop you now, a police officer stops you, they can put you through a database that knows if you're a citizen or not. Like maybe Social Security or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like that cop can ask you for your Social Security number. And if you give him the wrong number, he's going to check. If you tell him you don't have a number, I think don't all Americans have Social
Yes,
Security?
everybody has a
Right, so that's probably one way they check, and they can tell when somebody doesn't want to be forthcoming with police. They can tell. So they are stopping a lot of taxi drivers, and a lot of them are Haitian and Jamaicans, and a lot of them are getting arrested and getting deported because they came here on a let's say on a cruise ship, and they never went back. So
So they'll come on that cruise ship, get off, and just stay here?
So they'll take a cruise from Montego Bay to Fort Lauderdale, and then never get back on the ship. And
How
that,
do they get in through?
well, they have a passport, but they have a Jamaican passport.
Oh.
All you need is a Jamaican passport, and then you can come to Fort Lauderdale or come to Miami. But they say they have 4 hours here, right? They're supposed to get back on the ship and go home. They don't get back on the ship and they don't go home. So and now they're here, and then they get a job as a taxi driver. And a lot of times, you know, Haitians and Jamaicans are lucky because they really speak English, kind of. You know, I think they speak French, and Jamaican is kind of American. So, I think they speak French a little bit. So they can assimilate easily, unlike the South Americans that only speak Spanish. So there's a big population of drivers that are Haitian and Jamaican in South Florida, mostly because they speak the
Now, how do they get the license to drive?
They're not. They're illegal. That's why he stopped. That's
Well,
why.
where do they get the cab from?
That's different because normally it's, it's kind of like that cultural thing where you ever go into a business and everyone is the same ethnicity. Yeah, like they wouldn't even hire me. I'm overqualified to drive a cab, but they wouldn't even hire me because they only hire
Yeah, they're on color.
their own people. And that's, yeah, their own, and the dispatcher is Jamaican or Haitian, and everybody that works there is Jamaican and Haitian, and they all talk on the radio the same way. They wouldn't even understand me, maybe, let's put it that way. Different culture. But the police know. They know. And they're just stopping people for no reason. Like, I'm sure that cab driver didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Wasn't speeding, right? He just got stopped, and the guy's going to say, let me see your license, and what are you doing? Who are you picking up? Are you a citizen? And next thing you know, the ice van is coming to get him. Yeah. Going to Alligator Alcatraz. Happens every day at the port, at both ports, at Miami and Fort Lauderdale. Tell you what, there's a lot less traffic on the road these days.
Did you took off without you? Bye, Nicole. Good thing you didn't pick up.
Good day.
I knew you were going to get off early.
Yeah, cruise director. Should have said.
I knew it. No, I knew it. Did everybody have a passport, or some of you had birth certificates?
No, that's passports.
Yeah, see, if you had birth certificates, you would have been out. You would have been out at 9:30. I assume that everybody, when they're older, that they have passports. When there's kids, a lot of kids use birth certificates because their parents didn't get them passports yet. So when there's kids, when a group has kids, usually they get out. They got another. Yeah, that's good. You guys are very efficient. A lot of families don't get passports for their kids because they know they're only going to go on a ship, and they can use their birth certificate. But they should have a passport because that way their face is scanned. Well, it's scanned. It's good for God forbid something happened.
Yeah.
Now the federal system has your kid's face. That facial recognition is what I mean.
Yes.
And if something ever happened to them, they can actually put a bulletin out for every camera to look for that face.
Yeah.
And if your face is not in that system, like even at Disney World. In Disney World, when you go in there, they can look at thousands of people in there, and if they type in a name, they can find out where you are in the park, anywhere, in line, on a ride, because those cameras are scanning all the time, and all the people's names are going. You said Southwest, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. They have a curbside checkout in too. So it's going to be these two doors. It's going to be this door, and it's going to be this door, and this is the curbside right here. If you want to,
Yeah.
all right, go in this door and then make a right. It's faster. Go in this door.
I can still get to the other terminal from here, right?
Yeah,
Or
but the only thing is you can't. The terminals aren't connected on the inside. They're only connected from the sidewalk.
Okay.
So you have to go. So look. So see that bridge right there? You see it says 3, because that's Terminal 3. Terminal 2 is right there. You got to go to Terminal 4.
Okay.
So you're going to go right past that bridge, and then you got to make a left, and then there's Terminal 4.
Okay.
It'll take
They have a
8 minutes maybe to walk.
they have a shuttle, or not shuttle, but like a
No.
not like Atlanta.
They don't do that. No, the only shuttle takes you to the parking garage. You'll have to walk it, but what you can do is duck into You can duck into Terminal 2, go to the bathroom, duck, you don't have to do it all the way.
Go up and
You
down
can,
and then
like,
come
yeah,
back.
in other words, if it's getting hot and stuff, you can just walk to the next terminal, which is 2. You can go in there and relax, and then you can go to 3 and relax, and then you got to go to 4. If you didn't want to go straight from here to 4. Is she on whom? Oh, it was. Well, it's good. I mean, I don't know. This is going to be 100 degrees today, so. I'm going to open the doors.
I mean, I'm sure you would. Gotta go that way.
Want everybody to look up here. Watch your head when you get out. Watch your hair. Watch your knapsacks.
Just don't leave it in there.
Your name is Nicole?
Yes. Nick, okay.
Do your friends call you Nikki? Or no? No, they
I
call
never
you
really
Nicole?
got into that.
No,
my mom will call me Nick.
My friends call me Nikki.
Yeah.
Actually, girls call me Nikki. Guys call me Nick. Yeah. My name is Nicholas,
Nicholas, okay.
but nobody calls me Nicholas except the police.
Right.
You know, when the police get your driver's license, they say, "All right, Nicholas, you know why I stopped you?
They're like, nope.
Call me Nick, officer. Call me Nick."
Yeah, my mom will call me Nick, but
Yeah.
I just never really got into the Nicky thing.
Yeah.
So. Do you have another cruise to do today?
I got 11 o'clock to bring people to your ship.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm
I guess
off.
it's just constant, huh?
Yeah, it is. It's constant. Yeah, it's the slow season now, but believe it or not, people are still wanting to go on cruises even in the summer.
Yeah.
And the people that live here don't do it. They don't do anything in the summer. But tourists. August is the hottest month.
Yeah.
And this is like one of the hottest humid state.
Yeah.
And but yet, going on a cruise, you don't think about the weather. You just think about the cruise. Like you would never. I don't think you'd want to come to Florida and enjoy Florida in August.
Oh, definitely not.
I don't think so. I think you'd want to come here in the winter. You want to come, Thanksgiving and stuff like that. That's Christmas, Thanksgiving. The weather's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. I usually come in April.
Yeah, it's spring break, right?
Yeah.
It's terrific. It's the best weather in the country. This happens to be too hot, too humid.
Oh, yeah.
But when you're going on a cruise ship, none of that really matters anymore,
No,
right?
yeah.
So that's really what. And the cruises are less expensive right now than they are in the other months. So a lot of people that get summer vacation, this is a great thing to do. That's been happening more and more every year.
And trust
Summers,
me, it was hot, but I mean, I don't think it was as hot as it is here.
Yeah. Yo, you got something underneath your van. Look underneath.
So it's a plastic bag.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Okay. Yeah.
But that UV was hot. It was, up there. And people don't realize that you're so close to the equator then.
Yeah, especially if you're fair skinned.
Yes.
If you're really dark, like if you're a black person but really dark, or if you're a white person and very fair, it's really hard on both of those skins.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in the middle where I'm kind of olive Mediterranean.
Uh-huh.
I get tan. I don't burn. But I know some black people. I know some white people that they got to have an umbrella when they go outside.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
that the sun will if a girl's wearing like a little halter, within 2 hours it'll be so red that you can't even touch it.
That's how some of them were. I was like,
Yeah, it's bad if you stay in it all the time, but if you're coming on vacation, put some SPF on you, good.
Yeah.
But if you live here, like there's a lot of women here that are in their 30s, let's say, and they look a lot older because they grew up here and
Oh, yeah.
they grew up on the beach. So there's a lot of 30-year-old women here that look 50
sun damage, yeah.
because their skin is so wrinkly and there's nothing they can do about it. They try. I mean, there's a lot of things that they go pay to get the skin done, but the dermatologist or the what's it called? Is it maybe the dermatologist? Not the
those medical spas.
yeah. They tell them you gotta put acid on your face and take your first 5 layers of skin
I
off,
know.
and then they put esthetician. That's what it is.
Yes.
Because I had a girlfriend that did it. I know it's esthetician. They put acid. These girls are 30 years old. $300 a treatment, doing it once a month. They put acid. I think it's either citric acid or glycolic acid on their face, and then they sit there with fans on. It burns the skin. Then they scrub the skin off with the thing, and you see the skin on the
Flake off.
yeah. And then they put like some kind of cooling cream on it. They sit for an hour. Then they go home with a mask, and they have to do that once a month just to try to reverse what the sun did to their skin. And that's very typical of Floridian women, especially good-looking women that spent a lot of time outdoors, and then now they should still be looking great, and yet they feel like they look old.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And back in the day, it was all about sun in and baby oil.
Yeah.
But now it's everything has SPF in it, which is
And
nice.
and the sun, with climate change and all that, which is real. It is worse every year. I mean, our weather goes up every year. The water's going higher every year, and the weather is more extreme every year.
Yeah.
Every year in South Florida, it's more
It's
extreme.
warmer, yeah.
It's more. It's hotter every year. Yeah. All right. So this is Spirit right here. I'm gonna get in front of this guy.
This is an easy area.
Well, yeah, and it's a small airport. And it's really busy because it's so small. Where are you flying back to?
To Norfolk.
Virginia.
Back to work tomorrow. Back to reality.
All right, I'll open that door for you.
Okay.
Hello, transport. Yes. Hello? No, but I am going to cancel your return shuttle and refund your money. Okay, so there's nothing else to be said then. All right, bye.